AutoTime is brought to you by Nostalgic Auto, Diamond Star Motors, and Fast Wax. Now here's your host, Don Javis. Hello, I'm Don Javis, and this is AutoTime. We're so glad you could join us. Sport coupes have been all the rage lately, and when you think about sport coupes, you might think of the Toyota Celica or the Honda Prelude. Recently, however, American manufacturers such as Chrysler have decided to get into the sport coupe market. Chrysler in particular has formed a joint venture with Mitsubishi called Diamond Star Motors, producing the sporty coupe, Mitsubishi Eclipse, Plymouth Laser, and the Eagle Talon. Chrysler was kind enough to give us a test vehicle of the Talon in their top trim model, the TSI all-wheel drive, and we took it through its paces to see how it stacked up. As we got behind the wheel of our Eagle Talon tester, we were immediately impressed with its slick handling and quirky acceleration. If we look under the hood, it's easy to see why, with a 2-liter turbo inline-4 16-valve dual overhead cam setup, the Talon's engine, produced by Mitsubishi, produces 195 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, with torque coming at 3,000 RPM at 203 foot-pounds. Adequate power, to say the least. For our first official test of our Talon, we headed to the skid pad. We noticed right away the all-wheel drive's contribution to grip, as well as the stiff suspension, which is set up perfectly for this type of test. While we didn't achieve the G's of similar sport coupes, it was butt-clenching enough in our seats, and after all, we're not astronauts, so this was very adequate. The Talon's all-wheel drive and stiff suspension make for a very well-handling vehicle, but you do feel it over the bumps, which is something we noticed on our road test. For our next track test, we hit our slalom course, where once again, the Talon's all-wheel drive and stiff suspension were on full display. We wouldn't want it any other way for this grueling course, and we were very surprised that we did in fact set a course record with the Talon on our slalom course. Very impressive. So far, we've been impressed by the Talon's performance and how it looks doing it, and we couldn't wait to finish our testing. When we return, we'll find out the final results on our Talon test drive, but first, let's check in with Pat Haas and see what's going on at Haas's Garage.
Well, hello, and welcome to Haas's Garage. You know, I get asked all the time, Pat, what's the best way to clean your windshield? Well, today I'm gonna show you. You get some paper towels and some sparkle glass cleaner that's ammonia free. Some people say you should use a newspaper, but no. You just want to spray it in that fashion. Take a couple paper towels. Now that we do have a clean windshield, I'm going to show you one extra Pat Haas tip. What you're going to want to do now is take a Rain-X Fast Wax product and a microfiber towel. You could also use like a paste wax or something, but I like the liquid. And you spray it on like that. What this is going to do, it's going to create a really slippery surface on your windshield in the event that when it rains, the water just slides on off there. If you have any questions or topics to cover on the next Haas's Garage, be sure to email me at What's my email again?
Thanks, Pat. Back to our test. Having come away impressed with the Talon's handling abilities, we were now excited to take a look at its straight line performance. For that, we headed over to our drag strip. Launching our Talon from 0 to 60 with the 5-speed manual was easier than expected, and the all-wheel drive hookup was also impressive, giving us consistent 0 to 60 times of 6.5 seconds. Much better than any other in its class. The quarter mile comes in at 15.2 seconds at 93 miles per hour. What accelerates quickly must also stop quickly, and we were impressed with the Talon's stopping abilities, as it stopped faster than any car we had tested, and the previous sports coupes as well. The interior appointments of the Talon are very comfortable. Supple leather seats with strong side bolstering keep you in your place in the twisties, though it's not comfortable for backseat passengers. Interior controls are driver-focused and intuitive, though we were surprised that our tester did not have a radio. The 5-speed manual goes through the gears smoothly, and it's very mechanical in its feel, which we liked. The gauge cluster gives the driver everything he needs to pilot the Talon. We particularly liked the boost gauge and watching the boost increase under acceleration. We also enjoyed how the gauges lit up at night. Overall, we couldn't have been more pleased with our Talon. Go out and get one of these sport coupes today. Well, there you have it. The Eagle Talon is the best sport coupe ever produced ever, and is way better than any sport coupe there is. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of AutoTime about that Eagle Talon. Thank you again for joining us. And
to keep the windshield really shiny and clear so that you can always see out of it.
well, though there was some fade under heavy braking. Only on the importance of the driver's needs, and it gives you all of the information needed to pilot this vehicle effectively. It also has a lovely feature where it lights up at night, giving it the helpfulness of seeing when it's dark. And the Eagle Talon. Chrysler was kind enough to
And you spray it on like that. Oh, I really oversprayed.
Just driving around like an idiot.